I'm Rachel Federman, Associate Curator of Modern and Contemporary Drawings at the Morgan Library and Museum, and this is Jack Whitten's Dispersal A No. 2 from 1971. Jack Whitten was one of the most innovative abstract artists to emerge in the second half of the 20th century. He was at the forefront of experimenting with materials and techniques, and this drawing is really emblematic of that type of experimentation that we associate him with. And it's from a particularly pivotal moment in his career when he's first starting to treat his studio as a laboratory. This is a work that Whitten made in the early 1970s. This was a time when he started to think about painting as a kind of analog to photography. So he was developing these tools in his studio, which he called developers, but they were like massive rakes that he would use to move acrylic across the canvas. And the idea was that he would create these images very quickly, instantaneously, like a photograph. And he was experimenting with similar ideas on paper. One of the things that Jack Whitten is best known for is his invention of what he calls painting as collage, where he uses slabs of dried acrylic as tesserae, and he creates basically mosaics out of acrylic. And he talks about the ways that he's able to manipulate acrylic to basically do anything he wants. This is a work on paper that Whitten created by applying an acrylic medium called Roplex AC33 to the page. He then suspended dry pigment in the Roplex and dispersed it across the sheet, which is where it gets its name, Dispersal A No. 2. What I find really compelling about the work is that it's really beautiful to look at, and it's also very mysterious. The technique is difficult to understand, even after studying the work very closely. It's a kind of all-over pattern. It's almost like a kind of topography when you get close and you can really see that texture. And you have these kind of matte fields here, and then slightly more shimmering metallic fields here. Whitten didn't really want to do painting or drawing the way it had been done in the past. He liked this idea of bringing in contemporary society and modern technology and making the medium new again. And so you can have a drawing like this, which is really only nominally a drawing because it's created using pigments on paper, but it's really something entirely different than what we traditionally would consider a drawing.